Hello, welcome to another edition of Chris Speaks. I'm your host, Chris Thompson. Welcome to the show. Um, the media is misleading the public about the protests. So, so yesterday, and they reported it without checking it out. The police, the LAPD, um, at the what is it called? No Kings um, protest. Yeah, the No Kings protest. So they're claiming that um, uh, so that people were throwing bottles and rocks at them, and that's why they had to clear everybody who was protesting, and with gas and rubber bullets and beating people on horseback and shoving down old men to the ground. They're like attacking elderly people. Um, First of all, I've seen footage, lots of footage. I've seen footage of the entire thing, and guess what? I don't see any footage of, people throwing rocks and bottles, and not at this one. And anyway, so there should be some footage, right? And if the LAPD are going to stick to their story, they should they'd have footage, right? Because um, they wear what do they call them? They wear the cameras on their chests, so they wear those cameras. So if they would, they should show the footage. They should put the footage online for everyone to see of the people actually attacking them, because all I saw was police brutality. All I saw was police violence. All I saw was them violating people's rights. And even if you go back to and then now, okay, remember the first protest, the first one that the reason Trump sent in the National Guard, which is bullshit. The I've seen footage of that. I've seen Hassan Piker, and you can see him. I think he goes by Hassanabi on YouTube. He was in the whole protest, that first protest, and the violence and the throwing shit and setting shit on fire didn't happen till long after the police were attacking people with gas and rubber bullets and flashbang grenades and kettling them. Kettling them is when you surround people and you push them more and more and more together and you don't let anybody out. Well, what happens when you do that? People freak out and they attack. Well, um, I mean, one analogy is, the African people where they hunt the lion still. They'll surround the lion and they'll come in. The lion, and that causes the lion to leap out at someone, and that's usually when someone gets killed. They'll usually get the lion. So it's the same thing. You get people cornered in and not let them leave, and you're going to trigger their fight and flight response. And if they can't get away, well, what are they going to do? They're going to fight. So that was all caused by the LA Police Department. They caused the problem. Them and the ICE people that are attacking people with no provocation. Okay, so this is the thing. So the original thing that Trump, yeah, you know why Trump sent the National Guard? Because he listens to Fox News and doesn't research, doesn't look it up, doesn't try to fact check, because he doesn't facts. What does he know with facts? So the thing that started all of this was the violence that was started. Yes, later on there was some looting or whatever, but a lot of the stuff that they're claiming was the reason that the police department went in is bullshit. The police department was already there. They already went in and they caused the violence. And in this thing where there's clashes between the police and protesters at the No Kings rally, No Kings protest in LA on Saturday, the only violence you see is from the LAPD. And surely, and I'm talking about people. I saw several things went over. Yeah, I did skim through the footage, but all the footage does not show any violence towards the police, but it does show violence of the police towards the people who are protesting. So, and the media is fucking so stupid nowadays. I mean, I'm not going to claim fake news like Trump does, but the media, they don't research. If the police tell them something, they just take it for gold. And it's like, okay, I'm willing to if they can if somebody brings footage, puts footage out there that actually shows the people throwing rocks on Saturday. Yes, I know they threw rocks on that first day, but I just explained what went on there. If they there's all this footage, but there's no footage of that. There's people everywhere. There should be footage. There should at least be the footage from the police's cameras that they have on them. So, okay, I'm open to that. So if someone can actually point out footage, because I've looked and looked and looked and I looked it up and I've tried to find it, and there's no evidence of it. And what there is evidence is of the LA Police Department trying to squash people's First Amendment rights. And some of you people who aren't from California and don't know about the LA Police Department, the LA Police Department is fucking corrupt. They are the most corrupt police department they have been ever since I was a kid. And hell, where I grew up in Rialto, they were corrupt as hell. That's why Rialto, California, was the first police force that had those cameras. So this is the thing. Just because you live somewhere where the police are cool, like I live in Texas now, and a lot of the police are really, really cool. But when I lived in California, just walking down the street, I would get harassed all the time. So this is the thing. Why would we, and why would even the media, and the media knows better, why would they take the word of a corrupt ass police force that they know is corrupt? It's because they don't care. They don't care about putting the truth out there. They care about ratings. They want ratings. That and they usually the media usually kisses the ass of whoever's president at the time. So that's how that works. But this is my point. Don't buy into the hype. Don't just assume that because they're telling you that the protesters started the violence. Don't believe them, because that's not the truth. Not from what I've seen. I mean, I'd like to see evidence, but if there's no evidence of something, or then there's evidence of like what I saw of Hassan Piker's footage of the thing, is the police started it. The police started to cause a situation where people would respond with doing crazy stuff. So this is the whole thing. This is about our freedom of speech. This is about both police forces and the government trying to send military out there to squash our freedom. This is fascism. This is fascism, and this is not. We don't want fascism in America, and that's the problem. Is that it's kind of from a it's like kind of a bottom up thing, because because there's a lot of police forces that are fascist as hell. So that's just the thing. So don't just don't just like buy into the official story, and pay more attention to what the images you see, more than what they're saying in the news, because they'll be telling you one thing which is completely opposite of what you're seeing, but they're tricking your brain into thinking that that's what you're seeing because they're telling you that's what it is. All right, so that's all I wanted to talk about right now. And this is America. This is a land of freedom, and this is a land of free speech. And we cannot have a free democracy without freedom of speech. And we can't. And it's we. I mean, we can't listen to the mainstream media anymore. Sometimes you can't even listen to some of the independents, but you gotta listen to independent voices, independent news shows, because they're not, especially ones that are like on the internet, they're not trying to get ratings in the way the media is on television. So, like I said, that's all I had to say today. Uh, I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, hang in there, man, and stand up for freedom because they ain't gonna take that shit. If they want to take my freedom, they can take it from my corpse.